Okay, y'all. Ooh, yeah. My apologies. My phone died. I knew it was gonna die because once it get down to that 2 and 3%, it don't even matter. And then I still had the live going. So what's going on, Melly Mels is in the house. What's going on? Well, Mels, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Angel. Hey, Jana. All of y'all all over again, Capone. Now, I've heard it. I was reading some of the comments too, you guys. I, is this done at the expendable of R. Kelly? There's a lot of people that were in that chat that just was not happy about it. I'm sorry, Claudine girl. I was letting Teddy in, and then I went to get my phone, then I had to use the bathroom because remind you that I just came in. Thanks, boo. Thank you. Yeah. So, y'all, what do y'all think? What do y'all got? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to call in. Y'all gonna have to hit the link. We need to discuss this because we know for a fact that Mr. Kelly's appeal is coming up. I got to take a wild guess on this one, right? Because he says that this was an impromptu, like this female just called in. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, girl. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. So, yeah. And he's aware that Mr. Kelly's appeal is coming up, right? So you kind of don't need no new information. But he says it was an impromptu, like it was a surprise phone call, right? Um, I have to say that I find that one a little bit hard to believe. I'm gonna have to find that a little bit hard to believe. Y'all agree? I believe that he actually hadn't spoken to this girl previously. I do. That's what I feel about it. That's what I'm thinking about it. But for some apparent reason, he feels that it will be necessary now to have a part two. There's a young lady, male, that has called in onto Bookum's show, claiming that she knows some X, Y, and Z. And she was asked a sensitive question during a very sensitive time of Mr. Kelly getting prepared for his appeal. Males, let me tell you, he asked this lady had she had ever been with Mr. Kelly. The lady responded by saying, yes. Right, males? As if Mr. Kelly needed any more new or any more storylines, I'm going to say out here about him, right? Doesn't need any more traction, doesn't need any more theories, or scenario, none of it. He don't need any more. But he opened that door. He opened that door. And he says that he will be 10 toes deep for Mr. Kelly. He also, Mills, tested my integrity. Mills, this young lady, as he asked her, she didn't offer. He's asking her these detrimental questions that can open a door for gossip, traveling gossip. It's done on social media. More speculation, more investigations, you name it. Males. He says, well, how old were you? You know, such and such. The girl says 13. Now, somewhere she had a baby along the way. she's almost positive that she doesn't know who the baby daddy is, but because he wants to play an investigator, interviewer, yeah, he needed a picture of the baby and a picture of her because now he's going to analyze. Mhm. He's going to see if he can match the features of this child she spoke about to someone that may have been in Kelly's entourage. He asked her, well, was this Bubba? Do you know a Bubba? Oh, he went down the line. Demetrius, do you know this person? Do you know this person? Now, mind you, that Kelly's defense team just got done arguing with trying to prove to the court that Mr. Kelly does not have this, enterprise or entourage or whatever, his associates or whatever hung around him, kind of helped him out, did what people do when you have that group. So, yeah, thank you, Bobby. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. The thing, Mels, is Kelly's appeal is getting ready to get started here soon. Why would someone want to open up another door when all of the other doors basically are closed and getting ready to be mitigated up at an appeal? Who would do that, Mills? But this is someone who he would die for, because in his mind, he feels that he can hold this position of a private investigator. He says that he's going to take you somewhere on part 2. You all just don't understand his strategy. What he says. Why does he need to have a strategy on bringing out some unknown information that had nowhere been talked about during this whole outcry of people? Now, let me take you here, Mills, because I'm going to try to level this off for you. Just a little girl, I should have got me one too. I ain't lying. But I brought my damn hot Coke down in case my throat get dry. And I don't need no pop because I said I was going on a pop diet. But that's near here or there. Let me take you back somewhere. Earlier, I was on my live, right? I love to laugh at a lot of stuff, but I was telling my chat a while back. Listen to me, Korea, real closely. A while back, because I just told this on the last live, Dr. Rogers did a live, right? And on her live, she was talking about an ill will bill, whatever, in her language, Lyman terms that she likes to use, right? And right after that live, Bookum jumped on a live to interject himself and do a conjunction on Dr. Rogers' live, right? And Dr. Rogers was telling her company that she keeps that the people on the phone was mentioning some things about a 12-year-old or whatever, And as Bookum went to interject and compound a conjunction onto Dr. Rogers' story, he went and said that, oh, no, she wasn't that age, meaning that he was trying to check or correct Dr. Rogers at that time, right? Because of the age that Dr. Rogers was hearing through a first, second, or third party, right? So he was telling her, Dr. Rogers, and I think that she was about 13. That's what he said. She was about 13. Oh, yeah, I remember that live too, honey. I just don't know the dates and what, I don't remember the dates, but it's been about a year. Let's put it around that date. So, baby, males, all of a sudden with the impromptu, quote unquote, he has this mysterious lady jump on the live, and then he has all of these questions that apparently would look very suspicious to the company, to the community, because everybody is aware now that Mr. Kelly is now getting prepared for his appeal. Okay. He asked this young lady, I don't know how old she is, this lady, well, how old were you? She says 13. Isn't that a coincidence? Back then he yelled out, oh, I'm not saying that it has anything to do with it, but that's a coincidence, huh? Impromptu that, bookum. Now he's got somebody on his channel a year later, out of an impromptu, coming up with a part 2 because you don't understand his strategy. Somebody explained to me, whatever his strategy in his private detective career that he's developing, what good is it going to do now? What is it going to do now? Please, Mel, what will it do now? Mr. Kelly's case at the lower level is closed. Who is he trying to prove something to by doing this? And why? Why? There was a lot of people in that chat, except for one. The Georgia girl lady, she seems to understand it all. You know, she's a ride or die. There's like 80% of his chat like, what? Who? What are you doing? Yikes, oh my God, you know. And his response to the community was, he don't give a damn what y'all think about it because y'all don't know which way that he's going with this, and there is going to be a part 2 to this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It was some weird males. That was some weird stuff. Well, you may need to know that him and Levi has having their disputes. They may say that they're not, but they are. Bookum has called out saying that cousin Levi has a PPP loan too, girl. Girl. This shit is nefarious. This shit is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You say it's time for him to take a Photoshop. Some bullshit. So guess who he impromptu believes that the baby looks like? Girl, he says Bub. So what is he finna try to do? Come out here to prove that Geronda Pace might be wrong about something, and who is all the other girls? He finna try to prove all that. Girl, and guess where all this took place at? This young lady speaks about the Baltimore City, the Baltimore state. It's a whole nother new Baltimore lady out here. She doesn't remember, or she doesn't know whom she conceived by. All she knows is that it was somebody allegedly in that entourage. She just remembered them smoking and drinking a lot and kicking it. She got into a concert or something at a very young age. Let me give myself a like button on here. She got into concert and all that stuff or whatever at a very young age, but he did ask her, well, how did you sleep with R. Kelly? Do you think that Mr. Kelly needs any more storylines out here as he awaits? Now, Cousin Levi has commentary to drop kickback on him. He does. I don't know where it would take it, but that shit's still gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. Ooh, child. So I just want to see what the chat think about that, because I was like, OMG. There is quite a few people in there that was not happy about what he did. She doesn't know who she got pregnant by, so Bookum is going to be analyzing the picture. Right now, he's leaning towards, it might look like a bubble guy. Not only if he doesn't know that to be true, just to speculate it would be grounds for a bubble if he got hold to this, of hearing that he is accused for something through speculations. Yeah, I believe somewhere in the law that he can possibly sue Bookum for that shit. If it goes that way. But he thinks that he is untouchable. She doesn't know. He's going to see if he can find out. At first he was Demetrius, calling out Demetrius' name. I was like, sometimes if it's not your profession, you got to leave well enough alone. Yeah, first he called out Demetrius, Miss Byrne. Sure did. I'm over here like, this boy here. Second of all, Miss Byrne, when he did the earlier in that live, which is what I was talking about, he was calling out the names of the setup against Mr. Kelly. I can remember probably about 3 years from now, he had more names than that, Ms. Byrne. His list is just shrunk down. He had a whole bunch of names. Everybody was setting up R. Kelly if you left it up to him. He had roll call. Now is this small now. What happened to all them other names that he was accusing people of doing the setup? And that's some weird shit. Yeah, he's a DNA picture, expert. He got his license for that now. He gonna be able to tell by the features, not by a blood test. Not by a swab. Nope. He gonna be on there like Maury. Yeah, they got them eyes. Look at them eyes. Look at them eyes. Yep, look at them eyes. Like, when was the last time he literally seen a bubble? When has he ever seen Demetrius in person, or Demetrius baby pictures or stuff like that? When? Look at their nose. Yep, he got that nose. Get the lie detector test out. Get the lie detector test out. I need to pull that up. The test. Give me the envelope, somebody. I need the envelope. The lie detector says, you are not the dad. Oh, geez. You say Rocky, I haven't seen the videos with Rocky Bibbins yet. So supposedly they're doing all this, so why is his name ain't coming up? See, I have to go and look at what he been saying, Rocky Bibbins, because I don't really know. Yeah, she said they tried to kidnap her. And she went, I guess, to make a police report or something with her parents or whatever, but they don't know the whole story. She said try to put her in a truck. Yeah. I just think that this, in my opinion, is untimely, off basis. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing? Again, you don't know how to shut your mouth. There's no way in the hell an impromptu, Bev DeVoe, and none of that if he would die for his God, that he should have had that interview live on his page. 13-year-old runaway. Yeah, she stated that she was something else, you know. She was doing whatever and whenever. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Do y'all agree or disagree? Do you think that Mr. Kelly needed a story like this to come out with his name implemented in it? Did you need to open up anything else? Bookum? You would think that as long as he's been around Mr. Kelly, according to him, right? At this time, he would have known who all been coming and going around Mr. Kelly. Why does he seem so surprised? He says that he's been there. He's trying to figure, you said 96. Well, I believe he said he was around in 96. Oh, what is he trying to do? He's gonna write down her parables and then what? Come back in her face or on, you know what I mean, on the phone and tell her that you lied about this, you lied about that. Is that what he's gonna do? Is that what he plans on doing? You're going to use this girl, this lady, I'm sorry, and her story to go and try to depict it, dissect it, and investigate it on your own. If it doesn't pan out his way, from what he assumingly knows, he's going to what? What he gonna do? Cuss her out? What is he gonna do to the lady? What? Oh, he didn't. Oh, that's a good one though, Harold. You right. Yeah, he's supposed to be finishing that, but he got an impromptu about opening up something with a question about, well, were you ever with R. Kelly? Out of all the questions in the world, he asks that one. And then turns back behind that one and bag it up with what? How old did you say you were? Mm, 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 mm. And he thinks that Mr. Kelly would want somebody like him on that team. Don Russell didn't do this type of shit. We're gonna talk about the Cheryl Mack because I got to bring this to light as well. I gotta go back to one of Texas Black Diamond and Nick at Night. And if you look for the timestamp where Don Russell was speaking about Cheryl Mack. Was he or was he not? Do y'all ever remember that man going down a list of people? And the first person that he would bring out on that list of that he has, it was Cheryl Mack. Because he did. And with Don Russell telling that story, bookum shot down every freaking thing that man was saying, made him the culprit, made him the enemy, made him have a name with a collective people out here by calling him Don the Con. And he did it alongside of who? Drunken Larry. Alongside, he did it with using Drunken Larry's narrative. Yeah. Who's still waiting on Tim to call in? He did. But guess whose story line he used to drop gems on? Cheryl Mack. But if he can drop gems on Cheryl Mack, then how does that make Don Russell the culprit? How does that work? If Don Russell was dropping the gems on Cheryl Mack, how does Bookum get to drop gems on Cheryl Mack now and not be looked at. How does that work? What's going on, Don? How does that work? Yeah, it was on TBD, and then he dropped them on Nick and I. The timestamp is there. It was the first name that Don Russell was dropping. Cheryl Mack, Cheryl Mack. Y'all better go look at Cheryl Mack, Cheryl Mack. Go look at him. Then he went down the line in order, in that order. And Bookum fought him on that. No, you're the setup. You're the setup. You're the setup. But yet then he sits on his channel and yells out Cheryl Mack. That doesn't make sense. It does not make sense for a person to do. So that played out two ways. Either he didn't want Don Russell to have any limelight at all. If we set aside what Don Russell has done as far as that Lifetime docuseries incident that went down, right? What else has he done? It was Bookum, I believe, that planted Don Russell alongside with that Michael guy, right? Was one of the, I get them boys mixed up. It was him that did that. But they both got, served to come to court. They did. And the only thing that they done to them up in court was put them in association. I'm talking about the prosecution. They put Don and that other guy. Which one was it, y'all? Arline or Michael? One of them, right? They put them together as far as working up underneath R. Kelly. They didn't take them apart. They didn't separate them. They didn't separate them. The courts went in, the prosecution went in and aligned them with R. Kelly. Bookum is upset at the way that they did that because, in my opinion, because he had no other way to interpret it to the people other than putting out the negative stuff, switching the whole story up about it. You just watch him go after Tim with the Don Russell video, with the Don Russell, not video, the calling in to Timothy Savage, but then he uses it just so that he can make a point towards Tim. But yet then Don Russell was trying to make a point to the people with that phone call. Not him, because Tim Savage and them, they dropped that phone call, or it was recorded, or somebody put that recording out, right? And in that recording, it clearly says that, hey, we don't have to do this. Let me talk to him. Let's do this. We can figure this out some other way. Or you can go do what you do and go on and make your millions. Bookum turned that story around along with has been compadres when he was in the bed with Drunken Larry and them. Oh, he was all on board for that. Whatever that they was doing and cheering it on to shut down something that didn't seem accordingly right to a Bookum so that he could not have the limelight out here, he had that help to shut it down. He did. So if anything, in my opinion, that Don Russell, if you at will, right, want to say, well, Don Russell did this and Don Russell did that, then cut that shit off, because Don Russell did do the situation that happened at the Lifetime thing. And he admitted to that, said that that was something that he regretted and everything. But all this other stuff, who these people starring the Bookum show and the Drunken Larrys and all of them, all that other stuff, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I really do. But if you was so embedded to being envy about a person, then why would you use a person that's on a recording just to get back at the person now that you envy so damn much. Some weird shit, man. That's some weird shit. That's a straddler, a straight up straddler. Is not worried about anybody winning but himself. And the crazy thing about being himself is that technically he is not even in this race. This whole case has absolutely nothing to do with him because he's not the one that's sitting on the inside. It's R. Kelly sitting on the inside. So it has nothing to do with him. But he embedded himself in this man's case as much as he can. It's unethical. It's a weird, transparent. It was weird as hell. Because I would die for my bro. But yet then has an impromptu with a young lady, and he asks her a question. Have you been with Robert Kelly? I was wondering if she would have said no, what would have been his next question, because he was really digging deep, he want to know about this person and that person and this person. And the moral point, there's nothing logical about that, it was irrelevant. At this point in time, with Mr. Kelly preparing to take his case now to the higher courts, that shit was irrelevant like hell. But there's a possibility of what he did can open up a whole nother discussion, social discussion. It might, or it could possibly impromptu, because that's the word he likes to use, further investigations, because you know that law is out there, that there's no time limit, right? So why would he do something like that? Why would he do something like that? For him to come back to say that you all don't understand his strategy. What good is the strategy when Mr. Kelly's case is closed now at the lower level? What tactic is that? That ain't chess. That's not art of war. That's not even a street game. That ain't none of that. That was some whole bullshit, bull crap. That's what that was. Some bull crap. Some notary. He needs more notary. The interview was stupid. It was very, very stupid. It was very, very uncanny, timely, just distasteful. But he wants people to look at him as if, he knows it all. He knows what he's doing. He's the best thing that allegedly Mr. Kelly could have. Me either, Free Robert. Me either. That was crazy. I ain't even know. I was kind of glad. Now I'm glad that, I did stop the video halfway through, because I was like, well, this is all I need just to have about 30 minutes of laughter, But to find out that this was at the end, oh my God. Oh. I don't even know how to take it, y'all. Can't say it. I do not know how to take this. And then he sits on there torn in between disappointed, embarrassed, and in his head, he thought he did the damn thing. He don't know what to do. He don't know what, if he should be celebrating about that lie or going and beating or putting his head in the toilet and flush it. He don't even know. But I could choose door number 2 to go flush your head. To just go put it in there and just keep flushing it. Just keep doing that. a part two. Why does he need to do a part two? What, he got more questions about, oh, he wanted to know where was this taking place at? Start calling out all type of hotels. So when he does that, then that can give him assurance to his community that they still believe, you know, who I am and who I'm for. That's why he does that. The girl said Baltimore. Was it Baltimore downtown? Well, if he's from Baltimore, he grew up there, it's obviously that he would know the majority of the freaking hotels downtown. What's going on, Ron? Yeah. But he started naming the hotels downtown. What you want her to do? Pick one? Oh, yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I remember that one. Well, yeah, no, I believe it was so-and-so working as security at that. Now, he kept asking her, did you notice any security at, you know, this places, right? What was his job? Somebody please tell me. What job did he hold for Mr. Kelly? Was he security? Why was he around like he said he was? What was his job? Because that conversation, it shouldn't have went on no longer than 5 minutes. If he was security, he would have known, right? But maybe not, because he's gotten older. So he needed her to refresh his memory. Or he's waiting to entrap her. Now, let me stop that right there, because I remember when Shaborn mentioned, and then another prior attorney came on Sylvia's channel, and they were talking about entrapment, right? This is a prime example of entrapment, okay? See, he is engaging in a two-way conversation to make her say some things, right? Intentionally, because he's asking her these questions. This is a prime example of entrapment. And I know that, you know, Shaborn was talking about how when the police be sitting up in the bushes and you come and zoom by, and then they pull out, and Shaborn, you know, under the impression that that would be an example of entrapment, but it's not. It's not the police officer's fault. Now, if the police would have told you, hey, zoom down here on Tuesday, do 80 miles per hour, but the speed limit is 50. Go on and go, you can go do it. I don't do it. Police have told you to do that. You thinking that, oh, you finna get a pass, right? And because the police told you to do so. But you're sitting, you don't, Tuesday, the day that he told you to come and zoom down, oh, go do it. And nobody gonna be there, but that same police that told you to do so is now sitting in those bushes. Yeah, he just entrapped you to go, encourage you to go out and do something that you knew that you shouldn't have been doing. But in order for him to get his ticket increase up, so you know he can get money, because it's first of the month, they got to get those tickets increase up. They got to get it documented, right? Get paid good. That now you mad at him, and you feel that the police officer, now you can say, the police officer entrapped, he entrapped me. He told me to do this. But however, common sense would have told you the speed limit is still saying 50. Why would you do 80 because this man told you to do so? Jump back over here to Bookum. He's leading this young lady into answering his questions. Okay? I just asked the chat, what was his theme around Mr. Kelly? What was it? Was he security? Was he the food server? What did he do? Was he the bag checker? What did he do? Did he count the number of people that supposed to been on the bus going or heading out to the concerts? What was actually his damn job? What purpose did he serve? Was he the comedian when R. Kelly needed a joke to be told? Like, what was it? That's crazy, right? So he's leading this lady into these questions. And as he's doing so, he's preparing himself to come back to say, aha, well, that's not true. I was around there at this or such a time. Well, I was this and I was that. That's a form of entrapment. If he was this positioning person around Mr. Kelly on whatever assignment or for whatever damn reason that he says that he knows R. Kelly for, then there was no need for him to even take that conversation with her any further, because he would know these things up front, right? So apparently you're not aware about no damn Bubba or Demetrius freaking kids, because he could have stopped that right there. Nope, that's not true. I know all of Bubba kids, so I know. So you don't know them, obviously, because he literally just sat on there and speculated that, well, I got to examine the features. Let me see the features of this, right? So he had relations with Bubba that close enough to know how to pinpoint whether if there's any type of, DNA between this young lady's child and back then, because I guess she's older now, grown woman. Shit is crazy. Yeah, shit is crazy. Cocoa Puffs. But see, that's what happens when you step out of the shoes of being of the dumb shoes and try to be an overnight freaking expertise in some shit that you ain't never even studied. He does all his studying on TV, I guess. I guess that's what he does. I mean, on the internet. On the internet. It's crazy. Crazy. But these people in this chat, baby. Yeah, some says that the caller didn't make any sense. They were asking him, yeah. But he didn't care. And I think that most of the community that was over there was honestly trying to express to him on how uncomfortable this was, especially when it's R. Kelly name being mentioning in this, because they, most of them is choosing to rock with R. Kelly, even though it's a division amongst his supporters, right? Yeah. You say he gonna burst wide open. Oh my goodness. What's going on, Ed? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. What in the world? Read y'all comments. It was the finale. Oh, y'all talking about Tucci then? Yeah. That shit is crazy. Oh, y'all. Oh, no. Let me see what his part 2 gonna be, though. Hold on. Sitting up there on the screen looking dumbfounded. No. She dropped a valuable nugget. What was the valuable nugget? Hold on. She dropped a valuable nugget, whether she was telling the truth or fabricating. He now has a picture. You wonder what the picture gal got to say about that? She dropped. He said that she dropped a valuable nugget. Valuable. Can somebody explain to me in the chat? Hey, man, how valuable is her nugget if Mr. Kelly and attorney Jennifer Bonjean is preparing to take this to appeal. Is this a valuable nugget? What is it going to be used for? What will it be used for, y'all? That's what I want to know. What will it be used for? What will his valuable nugget be used for? Huh? What do y'all think that this valuable nugget can be used for? Yes, she from Be More. Not at all, Mills. It's like as the world turns, as they say out here. 1 minute when you think that you're over one hill and you can kind of take that long breath that you desire, that exalt. Yes, you know, it's in the hands of Bungie. I want to know, Capone, what the heck do you think was valuable about that? He said, remember, he knows it all. Remember, he was there. He's still selling that pitch. He was there. And to say that he was there would mean, especially when you're asking questions like this to an impromptu, right? To say that you was there, that has to mean that you were glued to the hip to Mr. Kelly, to say that you were there. He didn't say intermittently. However, some time ago, he said, well, then he left for some time or whatever to go to school. You say even Mickey don't want that nugget. It wasn't no Wendy's nugget. Oh, shit. Shirley says, don't get mad, Bookum. Some of us was not feeling this call. You welcome, Boo. The girl claimed to be Kel's daughter. Oh my God, don't say that, Deja. I want to get on this. She dropped a valuable nugget. You know what, Jana? You going on timeout. Jana says maybe that $50 was to pay for that interview. Not at all, Randa. Not at all. Then they try to pacify him by saying, don't get mad. Instead of them typing up in their damn chat, this was wrong. This was wrong on all levels. You see how he doing her now? He's technically calling her shit shade after she done hung up. Now, why would she come back and give somebody like this a part two? Huh? Why would she do that? She says she know this one. She says she know Kia. Like, he know that she don't know Kia. She says she knew this. Like, if you already done caught her in lies, Bookum, then why carry on a part two? This boy is weird, like weird as hell. He said, y'all just confused. Randy, you just confused. You're very confused. It's a female saying R. Kelly got her daughter and been having her for 3 to 5 years. She ran away by jumping out. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. How y'all be finding these stories? Lord have mercy. Mm, mm, mm. I believe Harold right now. I believe he done went to something else because he didn't want to finish these damn texts. He didn't want to finish that. So he took this impromptu call just so that this girl can sit on his panel, allegedly to lie about a lot of things. And that made him feel like what? Who would want somebody even on their channel fabricating things and you rock 10 toes then with somebody? You can't put nothing on here. You can't, you them views is crazy, ain't it? Views to make you do some crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy shit. Now, there he goes, playing R. Kelly music. Not supposed to be. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, well. Yeah, you do. You got your own private eyes. Yeah, you do. Mm-mm. It ain't the first of the month. Well, he need a tire. He blowed out his tire, girl. He just need to put more air pressure in it. So then that way it can feel like he's riding on water floaters. You know, like the water, the big floaters. He need to put that much air in his tires, and then he'll be fine. From right to left, from right to left, from right to left. I know, right? Now, let me address that, Harold. I literally just made fun of it. Technically, can you read right to left? Yes, we can. But I just had to have fun with that one because it was funny. Reading right to left, the way that he puts it, as if that is what our culture was taught. That right to left reading does fall under being Muslim, or Arabic, or reading it in Greek and stuff like that, right? So technically you can, but the way that he implied is because we were who we are and how we were taught and learned that it was all wrong. And technically, he's wrong for that. Had we been born in the culture or the religion of those type of people, right? Then of course you would know how to read right to left or top to bottom, like Chinese people do, right? Right. So it depends on where you fall in at under those religions or cultures or things. Unfortunately, predominantly our Black culture and the school systems that we were in, and your mom and your dad, we Black Americans, so we just learned left from right, which does not make it wrong at all. But I promise you, if you go and study or become part of that, those religions or that culture, and have that ethnical background, then of course you probably would be out here reading right to left. And I promise you that his Black ass is not reading right to left. I promise you that. And if it was so wrong though, Harold, let's take it a little farther. If reading left to right was so wrong, explain to me, when he went to court with Sylvia, why did he not correct that judge to read from right to left? Because that's how it's supposed to be. Explain that to me, Harold. Why he didn't take that shit up in the court of law? Huh? Why, when he goes to court or whatever for his CS, why didn't he respond back to that judge instead of of him trying to when he tried to tell the judge that he did not reside in that jurisdiction, right? Why he didn't write that shit to the judge from right to left? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. See, one thing, don't preach what you don't practice your damn self, but then call the whole community dumb or was taught, you know, dumb or this way, but you do the same shit. He could have wrote that shit in to the judge to get to tell the judge that he was in a different jurisdiction from right to left. He could have did that shit. Why didn't? Since but we doing it wrong. We doing it wrong. Fuck out of here. Yeah, get out of here. Exactly. Exactly. What? You did? Okay. Oh, I forgot. I gotta run back out for a second. So I gotta get some dog food. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, right? It always have felt weird to me coming from people that wants to depict how other people are, but you're not doing it. Why would I listen to you? Or to exactly, Harold. Exactly. You know what I call those people though, Harold? Those are low IQ people to me. Those are low IQ people to me. You say, you say he got it confused with them with the eyes, huh? One is right to left, left to right, right. I better not do that. I want to wake up with my eyes staying straight, girl, to be right to left, left to right, right to left. Maybe that's it. I don't know. You know, it's for one thing, I ain't gonna let him read right to left. The eye has its traveling ways. It's just crazy, you know. But this is what is one of our I'll just say one of our challenges out here, you know, where you will run across a person who has literally probably feel as if they are betting a 3 trillion that they're the smartest cats in the world, not even knowing that the mistakes that they make while they're trying to be fucking smart. Like, what? And they make some of the obvious, some of the tedious, some of the teeniest, like little mistakes. No, you're gonna be smart. You ain't no time for no mistakes, especially when you're trying to shit on people. You know, like you literally like use the same kind of pot that we all use out here. So you gotta be careful with your shit. You do. You gotta be careful with it. You know. Same thing, you know, if we jump back now, like you know, that one. Yeah. The Arabs read the Arab, yes. Yes, they read right to left. Chinese people is kind of up to down, you know, it's how the words are. But that's not our culture. That's not our culture. I'm not Chinese. I'm not Arabic. I'm not Muslim. I'm not from Greek. I'm not, no. But he stayed mad at the people for what you were taught to learn. You were taught the wrong way, just like this whole birth certificate thing. It's literally a certificate of birth. Well, if it was so much of a certificate of birth and we don't belong to the United States, then why in the hell did he not go out there like his boy, Trumpy boy, and do something about it? Make them take that whole shit away and stop having them do the people the way that they do them. Go stand for something. As far as I'm concerned, the goddamn top of the paper say birth certificate. Once I show that, it works. Or whatever the fuck I need. Ain't nobody on there when I went to get my driver's license and all that stuff. Nobody says, oh, But that should say certificate of birth, not birth certificate. They zoomed in to make sure that the birth date and all that shit was on there. They ain't give a fuck about what was at the top of it. Thank God for that, because leave it to bookum. It should say certificate of birth. And hell, none of us would have got all of our shit. Like, okay, the history is always good. But now there's part and some of history that ain't a damn thing that we can do about. Yes, Trumpy boy. That's his blood brother. Old Trumpy boy. Yeah. One thing that I can agree with, if we go back to the prior attorney that was on Sylvia's channel, right? And you think about all of this compounding evidence, or that they have brought forth in front of a grand jury to indict Trump, right? He also says that if you look at Mr. Kelly's picture, right? They brought a whole lot on him. And in his case, it made it difficult for him to get a bond. It made it difficult for him to win his case, right? But what they did do is throw in a whole lot of X, Y, and Z's that they knew that they were probably going to lose on those. But since they trumped so much up in there on Mr. Kelly, they also made it difficult for him to get released on a bond. They made his case very challengeable, right? But then if he says that, let's take Trump for instance, right? The compounding of evidence that they also brought against Trump, you know, and I'm just hypothetically speaking a little bit behind the prior attorney, right? Trump situation, as much as a lot of people may not like it, you know, and I'm not a political person, and you guys know that, but his situation, you know, is going to work out pretty much the same way. If they done brought tomatoes and onions and carrots, cereal, and then threw all this stuff up in there, one of it, yes, is to make their case very strong and for the defense to fight even harder. But they want a lot of their stuff to stick. Well, there's going to be some loopholes up in there that is not going to stick towards Trump. Trump gets to the appellate, then his defense also is going to find some more things that was put on Trump that just should have not been there. So it's a possibility that you will see Trump coming back out, because I mean, when they get to throwing too much, somewhere there is going to be a fumble. There's going to be a fumble. You know, so I perfectly understood, you know, what he was saying. That's why in my case, you know, and I be doing, I have to keep it simple. I be having like 2, 3, because you either know what you're going to win and what's going to stick, and you don't. But to hope that it stick, let's just add on some more stuff, you know, and they'll address a lot of this other stuff and get thrown off, you know, from the big stuff that they actually put in there, you know, and that's the goal that Jennifer Bonjean aimed for when she came on, because she was very happy with getting, what she say, 7 of the charges, I think 7 or 8, dismissed. He also made another important point that, you know, I was glad to hear, because I was like, it's been in my head all this time. And I spoke on that on one of the lives when Durham McDavid and, oh shit, y'all done dropped. Oh no, there it is. When Durham McDavid and his name was June, what's the guy name, y'all? June Brown. I want to be correct on the names. When they got to walk up out the courtroom, where's the conspiracy? I mean, what do you call it? the enterprise, right? They all kind of had the charges together. But yet then, because the law allows each person to be independent, Brown, thank you, Free Robert, to be independent and acquire their own separate attorneys. Now you're dealing with 3 separate defenses, right? But yet then the charges were very similar. The charges were there, but they let, and I'm not, this is so sensitive. Those 2, got the walk. And this attorney is clearly saying, in my opinion, if those 2 walked and the charges were the same, then Mr. Kelly should have been walking right on out of there as well. But what held Mr. Kelly back was because of all of this other unnecessary compounding speculations or discovery, or however, whichever terminology y'all want to use, or proclaim evidence against him, right? This other charges, which now, after the gavel has been hit, we all come to find out that, well, this person lied. They didn't believe Lisa. They didn't believe this person. They didn't believe this. They didn't believe Sonia. They didn't, and you go down the list. But see, this comes out after they didn't let the 2 other guys go. You know what I'm saying? But how so? When they sat on the stand and they clearly was pointing fingers at this person, taking the tape to this person, take the tape to this person, sold it to this person, and this person, and this person. That's all. That's 2 guys that's, found a loophole and got themselves up out of it. But technically, Mr. Kelly should have been, packing his suitcase too and going out with them. And that's how I'll look at that. But because now, like I say, all these females, Javante Cunningham, the only stories that I clearly hear her talk about is her being on a bus. And she accidentally swung a door open or something and says that she sees a Kelly and Aaliyah. But yet then, you don't hear anything about her and Kelly. You're a witness in a courtroom under oath to tell a story without any solid evidence. There's no tapes or anything that was mentioning about Kelly and Aaliyah. Okay, what? I don't hear any mentioning or anything about that. I only hear about the tapes with the 2008 trial. If Mr. Kelly had this fetish or this thing about recording young girls with Javante Cunningham on Conscious TV last night, I was waiting on the question to be answered about what other young girls did he record. She says that they had a collection of a whole bunch of floppy disks, DVDs, VHS. She's the whole bunch of collection things, right? However, if I found any truthness to that, the court the police or whoever went to go and raid his storages, right? Every last one of those would have been used, and the females that was on there would have been in courtroom, right? In a courtroom testifying that that was them on this X, Y, and Z of a truck trailer load of stuff that Javante Cunningham said that they had floppy disks, they had this, they had a kite, they had this. And out of all of that, the only tape that they can talk about was someone from 2008 trial, not a tape with something of Leah on, or wait a minute, I take that back. The tape with the where Lisa Van Allen talked about that it was her and X, Y, and Z on it. Nobody else. If they'd have had this whole collection that Javante Cunningham said that they had, do you know, in my opinion, that they wouldn't have needed her? They wouldn't have needed somebody else. They wouldn't have needed they wouldn't have needed all those girls. No. And R. Kelly definitely would have gotten the key thrown at his ass had it been all these tapes that Javante Cunningham says that they had them all. If they had them all of that, then what do they need you for to sit up there and talk about some damn Aaliyah? That was crazy. I was like, really? Okay. A Pied Piper. She zoomed in on that. She says that when you blow the whistle, then all the young girls go. Now, in the Pied Piper, granted, it was about those rats. And I grew up thinking that the damn thing was whistling to clean up the damn neighborhood from damn rats. Cause he marched them on out and then they was in a trap. Now, this story that they talk about, I ain't seen no little kids walking behind no damn Pied Piper. I seen a rodent. What did y'all see? What did y'all see? I ain't seen no kids. But somehow somebody put R. Kelly to that story, saying that that's what he did. And I heard Cunningham mention that as she was speaking on Conscious TV. Well, that's how he did it. Now, mind you that every flute has a tone to it. Your feet is what puts the beat to it. But she feels because allegedly that they were 15, 16, 17, or whatever the age may have been, that they needed to follow that flute. It sounded so good. Let's go. Somewhere in their mind, and as they try to put the narrative out about how easy it is for a young girl to get caught from the whistling of the flute, that they should go. Now, when I was listening to Cunningham, I was asking myself, because she was asked a question about the Savages' parental guidance with their daughter, Joy, right? She goes, well, I really can't speak and tell, how they do it, because that's their child, it's not my child. And, technically, yeah, they keep looking for their child and hopefully, things will pan out and Not once did I ever think, I didn't, that she can go much more in depth to that, because sometimes when you go in depth to that, see, that question could ricochet to, well, what about your parents? What type of teaching and what type of upbringing did you have in your parents? Because when that flute was blowing, somehow her feet went to tapping that way. She has a similar story about becoming an inspiring what? Singer, a bag-up dancer, whatever the case may be. First of all, where's the question at about her being at a young age, giving her permission to be going on a tour, to even be on that bus? Who signed her off? Who let her go? Did her mom and dad say, sure, go ahead, that's Mr. Kelly. I want to be a bag-up dancer. Who signed her off? Or did she just follow the flute on her own at a young age, because in her mind, it was the right thing to do, because I got to be with a celebrity. Not expecting all of this deep shit going on the bus. Now, mind you, it doesn't sound like she became aware of whatever she thought she seen on the bus a month or 2 or 3 or maybe a year later. Sounds like that she was aware of it right away. Well, she made it sound like, right? But let's just say that she became aware of what she thought she seen and can talk about 5 months later. That was her door. That was her ticket right there. That was her ticket right there. But see, she has a lengthy time, I guess, being around the entourage, which leads me to think that a lot of people did stay around so that they can have this type of allegations towards Mr. Kelly for when a day like this do come. Because when a day like this do come, see, a lot of people will wait for other people to break a story so then they can get on a bandwagon, and then that's where they have them, you know, the big silver lawsuits like you do with you get those little cards in the mail, and they find something wrong with Walmart overcharging on the interest rate or whatever on the card. Do you want to be part of the class law action suit? You know, do nothing but we have your name, or you can send the card in to opt out of it. You know, you get all those goddamn things, right? Where here comes the time. Yep. And now knowing that this has started against Mr. Kelly a long time ago that we wasn't aware of, because I sure in the hell wasn't, right? Now is the perfect time to find and locate everybody that had an opportunity to spend some time around Mr. Kelly and bring their stories of allegations to light without evidence. Yeah. Without evidence. So there's some weird stuff, y'all. I'm telling you, this stuff is weird. You say they know where she is and lives because they have been there. Oh, child. I just find it funny that, or interesting that this is something that Gayle King doesn't want to come back out and talk about. So is it fair to say that because of the story I think that I was hearing on the Sylvia's channel, is it fair to say that the day that Gayle King was having that interview inside Mr. Kelly's home, is it fair to say that that's why Gayle was there, because she was doing her agent script? Is that what she was doing while she was up in there? And Mr. Kelly had no idea, and he thought that she was just coming. He invited her in to have some type of interview. Hell, he invited y'all, I have a problem remembering that lady's name. How you doing? What is her name again? Whitney. That's because I ain't watch a show like that. How you doing? Her. He had her, invited her up into the home as well. And she was okay till after this whole big old thing with Gayle King and all this stuff broke, right? Then all of a sudden, prior to a few episodes of her coming to her show, coming to an end, did Wendy, girl, I don't know why, I'm gonna have to think of the Chi-Town with her, Windy City, Wendy. I have a problem when remembering that woman's name. Oh, you said that was Earl's story, but does that make her an accessory? She knew, but didn't report it. It was Javante was never on the bus during that time, and this source would know because they was there. But so she's telling us a different story. That's just not true. And I think that that's probably why she ignored you in that chat over there, because you have been to other places where the truth is over there, and she not knowing that these people is telling a different story that was actually around. She cried. She did. She did. However, with Wendy, she also did damage and control on her show. She did. Right before her show ended. Yeah, she did. One thing though about Wendy, we have not seen her out in the forefront with a whole bunch of he said and she said things about it. And I think that, in my opinion, she probably held her end of the bargain, somewhat of an agreement to Mr. Kelly, besides her going off of the bridge, off the bridge. So weird. But we've heard, y'all, it's been so much about Doug Anton, and now we learning that through Shaborn that he had priors with Michael Avenatti, all this stuff, right? All of this stuff. But the crazy thing about it is I was listening to Shaborn on Sylvia's channel. The only thing that was just kept clicking in my head was the similarities of what Don Russell was telling everybody. Similarities was right there. He was telling everybody. But like I say, because of Bookum and at that time his team, Drunken Larry and a bunch of other people that started calling him Don the Con. Yeah. His story didn't live long. Bookum buried it, destroyed it, and took it for his own. He took it for his own. Now he's over there regurgitating a lot of stuff that Don Russell had already done shared out here. He did. He did. And it was like, oh, really? Now he wants to know so much about Ashura Mack. Now he know everything about Ashura Mack. Why didn't you just let Don Russell finish telling us the story about the Ashura Mack? He couldn't let him do it. And all of the Hankersons and things like that, of that nature. Nope. Bookum jumps also into that fight when TBD played that live about Don Russell and his situation with that van, his van getting broken into and materials getting stolen. And Don Russell allegedly assumed that it had something to do with Angelo now, right? Who jumped into that fight? He did. To do what? Defend Angelo and his son. You remember that fight? Remember that fight? Had absolutely nothing to do with that. Nothing. Don Russell had all rights to believe what he believed according to the video cameras. And if somebody appeared to look like somebody and he knew that he was having some type of altercation with someone, it's natural to even remotely think that these are the people that has done something to me, because he's already in a disputable battle with these people, with R. Kelly. But Bookum took that story, all because Angelo's name got brought up into that, and his son. put the video up. He took TBD video. He went to plan and that ain't him. That don't look like him. He did everything and the most to get Angelo and them up out of that situation. He took on that fight himself. So Angelo and his son did not have to fight it. He moved right on in on that fight, packed his bags, put his boots on, put on his goddamn Dollar General badge and gun, and went to handle that fight for Angelo Claire, allegedly, but he did. You says that if you listen to Earl on the lab, same story. How come other than Earl, she's the only one that saw them? The public announcement group was on that bus. And not Earl, what's his name? What's the other public announcement name that does the show over there? He likes to say things a little bit different than Earl. Nothing. He does. You know, sometimes I'll hear him put out quite a bit of validation on Dre. He was putting out like he validating kind of what they were saying. You know, yeah, he was on the back of the bus. Yeah, he was doing this, and yeah, he was doing that. And you have that the little guy, the little one is Earl, right? Or is Earl Sparkle's ex-husband or something, right? They all didn't want a part of putting any information out. That one guy's like, man, I ain't in this, man. He said, no, I can't do this, because he was really trying to get Earl on the show a couple of times. He really was. You said the rabbit hole goes deep, huh? I wonder if we'll ever know the truth. I don't think so. I think that we're just gonna know what people is putting out in the atmosphere. But as far as keep digging, I think it's right. It's just speculations after speculations after speculations. Bring it on. Rick. Yeah, Rick didn't want. Rick was like, no, I don't know. You know, I wasn't there and I mind my business. I went to the top of my bunk and X, Y, and Z. But that darn Dre was like, yeah, we did so and so, 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 we did so and so. And you know what, that sucks. So, and I know it's every man, you know, like for themselves, but sometimes when you start out as a group and you continue to keep that closeness as a group, you're gonna have to just align together as a group, because when you single yourself off, now it tears the group up. Somebody in the group is not gonna want to be dealing with you, because in the back of their head, they may be thinking, well, God, what if this is me? Would you want to come out and talk about me? You know, so it's a thin line between that. You know, you just have to make the wise decision about it. Are you still trying to keep your close friends to you, or does this even matter, or are you just gonna tear us apart? So what if we seen something, or so what if we know anything? It's not our business. Rick says that we came to do a job, and if we did our job is over with. Let's go. You know, I don't think, you know, from the way that I was hearing Rick speak, even on the Nick and Night show, right? You could hear, you know, you can hear his passion in there, that there is no way that he would have been sitting around knowing that someone on that bus is 10 years old, 11 years old, or 12 years old. You can hear that in his passion. Yeah, it was like, it's like he's that person to me to know like what's his cue to jump into something like, oh, hold up, like, nope, stop this bus, what the hell's going on? He's like that person to me, you know. He was. So you even on Vlad, you can hear it in him. It's like when wrong is dead wrong, yeah, he gonna pump the brakes on it. But if it's like what, you know, how Mr. Kelly says it, I like all women, and they were all legal. There is nothing illegal to have menage a trois. There's nothing illegal about it. So if Mr. Kelly wanted to be in the back of the bus with females that were of age, and he was 95, and there is 10 women laying up in that bed, he had the right to do so. It wasn't against the law. It wasn't against the law. Everybody is in an agreed situation. When you opened the door and you went back there and you laid down, you agreed. You agreed. You say, but you know what, Pat, when Dre left and his money ran out, guess who he called? No, he did not. Well, yeah, he did talk about that. He did talk about how he went back to the to do some more work, but I believe he said, correct me, nothing, Beauty, correct me. I believe Dre said that the other guys didn't come. I don't think so. So he ended up going back doing some things for or whatever for Mr. Kelly by himself. I don't think that the other two actually went when he went back for another round. Yeah, I kind of remember him saying that. So I'm just saying though, Parnell, that's usually just kind of how it goes, at least how I think that, it goes, right? And then I think I remember Dre saying something about some of the songs or something was his or theirs or something, whatever. And I know that the controversy about that was, if they, he was such a great singer or whatever, then why is it that people needed R. Kelly to continue to prosper? Go on and do it. Bye. We got that vibe. I must vibe. Yeah. You say, where is the other long mouth dude? Does he still have his channel? He gave hate. Oh, you mean? Who you talking about? Rick stayed a little longer after Earl, and then Dre stayed, left, and then he came back. It was only one song. Was that the vibe? You got it fine. Was that the one that they were at that I showed on the video where they were on the stage? And the audience were teenagers. Dre was up there getting down. There wasn't no grown old women like us. I played that video. I was in the front. They all had on their little black gear. He was enjoying himself too. Singing in a song, vibe. It was the Teen Summit, right? That was him on Teen Summit, right? Oh, slow jams. Slow jam. Would you just sing the song already? He was with the group that he had on the Shades and the Vlad in the group. Yeah, I saw that when I saw that interview. I'm talking about Teen Summit. Dre was up on that stage. Slow dance. Slow. Y'all ready for that karaoke? Y'all ready for me to do some karaoke? No, I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's 9:23. I got to get up at 6. So, but that's all I'm saying though, Beauty, right? He was up on that stage. And that was Teen Summit. And at that time, Kelly, I figured they all in their 20s, maybe 25, 26, 27 or something on there. And what I was about to say with that before I lost my train of thought was, if you listen to the lyrics in that song and the crowd that was out there, come on, Beauty, I'm finna pop you a song. You come on the panel. and then do karaoke on the song. You've got to pull the song up, the karaoke words up on your phone though. Come on, y'all. I love karaoke. I had fun that night. That was so cool. I swear I laughed with y'all that night. That was so fun. But same type of lyrics, right? You got it. And I got that vibe. And you got that vibe. Yeah. But now that he think of it, like he thought of it, and now I can see why he had us walking around with those signs. I mean, Drake like literally make mockery of them needing to walk on the stage showing 18 and over. You say keep it to the showers. I'm gonna record that shower for you, though. You're gonna be like, damn, who is that on the mic? Hey, Mr. DJ, why don't you slow this party down? The ladies in here is fun, but it's you that caught my eye. I need a background on that one. One who caught my eye. I want to pull her close to me. Whisper sweet things in I am. Cause tonight I'm for a fire, baby. Oh shit. Y'all silly. Let me see. I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look it up. Teen Summit. I'm gonna look it up. It's in one of my lives. I think it's on the One Papoose channel. I don't know. Oh, let me see. Where's that video at? I gotta find it. You say, it's about to be a fight in the chat. Shannon done showed up. Gonna be Beauty versus Shannon. Oh, what's this?
And people arrested. Nothing new. The same charges. Room.
Oh, wait a minute, y'all. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. I found something else. Who is this? It's Jerry Curl. That's what rated R call him. You said that lady be there every, who y'all talking about? I know Kim Fox attended one of the oh, wow. What? She was up front with a red dress on, dancing her butt off. No shit. Wow. I like slow dance too. I do too. I like slow dance. Let me see if I can get this video up though. Okay, okay, beauty. Get him up, get him on. He ain't gonna answer them all. He not. You know he not. Come on, I'm trying to share my life. I'm trying to share this with y'all. There we go. Who is that? Let's jump back to some savage.
But it has to come back to a federal indictment coming down before there's more traction on this. This family has not seen their daughter. And what are we talking about, 4 years?
Since December 2016.
Do you think she was at Trump Tower? Why did you go there yesterday?
Because we thought she was there and we wanted to make sure she was healthy and well. We come to find out that she had been moved, and now we flew back in last night and we come to realize that Mr. Kelly's been arrested on the federal charges. We understand that Mr. Darrell Johnson was doing a interview this morning, and that's the reason why we're here. We want answers, and we want them now. Our daughter
he says that he knows that Mr. Kelly has been arrested, but then he also says that he knows that Joy has been moved, right? Now, this kind of ties in to his allegations about him accusing or speculating that Lady G has Joy under the spell or whatever, and they're now the handlers. You got into it with him on Twitter. Google and Twitter didn't block you, girl. You a mess. Let me see what else he said.
Danger. We want to make sure she's healthy, well, and fine. I've said this numerous of times on the media, not just me. Other families have spoke the same way. We want to make sure these girls are fine.
And the reason why they're coming to speak to Mr. Johnson is because he's been around their daughter. He's been in communication with Mr. Kelly. He's been in communication with Mr. Greenberg. However, that communication has not trickled down to us.
Wait a minute.
At some point,
communication with Greenberg and Kelly. Hold on.
To make sure these girls are fine.
And the reason why they're coming to speak to Mr. Johnson is because he's been around their daughter. He's been in communication with Mr. Kelly. He's been in communication with Mr. Greenberg. However, that communication has not trickled down to us. At some point, there has to be some sort of...
How they didn't get all the information out of Darrell Johnson before he went to jail. Or did they not know that Darrell Johnson was also a criminal as well? Did they not know this? Did they not know this? Who is that? Who is that, Beauty? Who is that guy? Was that another attorney for him? Who is that guy? I don't know who that was, Capone. Maybe they didn't know who that was in the house with them interrogating. I don't know. But my question is, were the savages aware, or were they not aware of Darrell Johnson's background? Huh? Let's hear this again, because he said that that's who they was waiting on to get some information from, because Darrell was in contact with Greenberg and R. Kelly. I know you lied. Darrell Johnson is Jonjolyn Johnson. Girl, I'm too done. I'm done. Man, I'm so done. So why we not talking about the Daryl Johnson then? Why nobody is talking about this script right here? What I know, Kapal. So they got plenty money there because Daryl Johnson was getting money from everybody. Oh, child.
Communication. I've got a little girl at home. If she just stopped communicating with me, there would be a problem. They're doing this the right way. They're taking every ounce of legal action that they can.
Has there been any more communication or anything else after when we were talking to you in March and you talked to her on the phone in Mr. Griggs' office?
No communication at all. Not at all.
That wasn't enough for you to hear your daughter's voice? And
I'm sorry, I'm not looking at y'all. I'm looking at him, make sure he won't get away. I have not had any communication.
He's making sure, hey, Kapal, he was making sure that his cousin-in-law, Jonjolyn cousin, Daryl Johnson, was not getting away. Kapal, did you hear what I said? He's staring down through that crowd based off of what you just said, that is Jonjolyn Johnson cousin. Well, he's staring down the street trying to make sure Daryl Johnson, Jonjolyn Johnson Savage cousin is not getting away. What part of the script was this? Wait a minute. Look how he looking for his cousin. Girl.
My daughter at all.
What do you think of
This is like a living death for me and my family.
What do you think of Mr. Johnson coming here this morning?
He's a liar. Period.
Now, hold on,
Him,
Capone.
the attorneys,
Pause
they're lying.
again.
The federal
Hold on,
government.
Capone. Because you said that is Jonjolyn Johnson Savage cousin, Daryl Johnson. Now, why is he on here acting like he finna beat Daryl Johnson up? Huh? Why is Jonjolyn Johnson Savage allowing Timothy Savage to talk about her cousin like that? Selena as well. I'm too done. I'm so too done with this. Look how he talking to his cousin.
Government has proven, not just state, but federal has proven that this man is a liar. He needs to be held accountable for the things that he is doing to young ladies and young women, period.
And we just want our daughter out safely.
Did you say again, what is your daughter's name? And
My daughter's name is Jocelyn Savage.
And what is your name?
Timothy Savage.
And I'm Jonjolyn Savage.
These are my two other girls, Jalen and Jory.
And how old is your daughter?
My daughter is now 23. She'll be 24 this year.
And when was the last time you saw her?
Last time I saw her is December 2016.
Have you spoken to her since the conference call?
Yeah,
No,
right
I
now,
have not.
no.
Have not spoken with her at all. And I just want answers. I want to see my little girl.
Did you know Mr. Kelly was there yesterday, or you had no idea that he was being
No
arrested?
idea. No
we had nothing
idea
about the
that he
arrest.
was going to be arrested during that time. We knew something was going to happen, but we didn't know the time
Yeah,
frame.
we just attempted a well-being
That
check with the
didn't make
Chicago
sense.
PD.
He just stated that he had no idea that an arrest was going to be made. And then he comes back to say, we knew something was going to happen. We just didn't know when. How that even make sense? How does that even make sense? Oh my God. You say Shannon is kin to you as well. He just over here faking the funk. Oh, Lord have mercy. Too many kin folks around these streets. Listen to what he said. Listen to what he just said. Let me bag it up, son. He says he knew something was going to happen.
Be arrested during that
Wait,
time.
what you say, Tim?
We knew
Did you know Mr. Kelly was there yesterday, or you had no idea that he was being
no
arrested?
idea. no
we heard nothing
idea
about the
that
arrest.
he was going to be arrested during that time. We knew something was going to happen, but we didn't know the time frame.
Yeah, we just attempted a well-being check with the Chicago PD, and it was
go in
unsuccessful. They knocked on the door, no one answered.
But TV
was on.
Today?
I'm sorry?
Did you hear that she was in Atlanta today?
She could be at a house here in Atlanta. That's what I heard from rumors. So if he left last night from Chicago and got here, I'm assuming no one else is in Chicago unless his enablers are holding these girls
if he's
hostage.
thinking that they could be in Atlanta, why didn't they split up? like for real, why didn't one of them go here to argue with the cousin down the street by name of Daryl Johnson, and why didn't the other half go over to Atlanta? They'd have trapped them. They'd have had old Joy trapped. This ain't a funny matter, but I'm just saying, how smart if you're gonna stand on camera and come up with guessing that she is in, that they got away because they did a wellness check, right? They knock on the door. Nobody answered, but they heard the TVs. Now, technically, that does not mean that there ain't nobody inside. That could mean that somebody is watching TV and they ignoring the damn person at the door. That's what that could have meant, right? But after he found out that he couldn't get an answer at the door, but they heard a TV inside, one of them should have set up camp here. And since he's saying that, well, the only place that we know about is Atlanta, then the other one should have when it got on that 757 and stood camp in Atlanta. And then they got the phones to communicate, right? They got the phones, you could text, baby, you there? Okay, do you see her? No, I don't see her yet. You see her over there? No, I don't see her yet. And well, maybe she gonna show up. You got your blankets, your water stuff, or we camping out at both sites. It was just, I don't know. I think it would have been that simple, right? I got here one more time, though, because he's like, we ain't know. We ain't know, but we knew something was about to happen. We just didn't know when.
That's what I heard from rumors. So if he left last night from Chicago and got here, I'm assuming no one else is in Chicago unless his enablers are holding these girls
How do you know when Kelly left?
If you had a message for Mr. Johnson, what would you say to him?
I need to speak with my daughter. Like my wife say, do the right thing and put my daughter in front of me.
You believe he can connect you with your daughter?
Yes.
Yes, this is our PR person. Our PR person would know where our daughter was.
Over and over and over.
Right.
What is your name, sir?
My name's Dante Carter.
So where's the PR man at now? Why they all over on Storm Monroe and stuff? Shouldn't they be having a PR man with them at all times? He should be the one talking, even though he got a little feature of the Urkel thing going on. I'm just messed up in the head about how they out there chasing their own cousin down, trying to fight the cousin. Oh my God. Yeah, I want to bet, like, Daryl Johnson probably put this whole script together, right? I need y'all to show up this day because Jim Derogatis allegedly then got us a film crew down there to record all this. So both of y'all need to be over here. And we already know that Kelly gonna have a getaway and then he gonna be taking Joy over to Atlanta, but we gonna stage it up right here because this what Jim Derogatis is gonna send the camera crew to. Is that? But we gonna get on camera and talk about how Kelly escaped and went over to Atlanta. But I'm gonna bring both of y'all over here. Y'all better quit playing.
Dante, D-O-N, T-A-Y-E, last name Carter, C-A-R-T-E-R. So we've had several conversations with Ms.
Look at Daryl. Look at the cousin up the street. Look at the cousin up the street.
Every time it gets close to that day, for some reason, it's never comes to fruition. And some point, right, we're going to
No, he wasn't.
I'm in charge of the savages, clearly grown women. These are grown women. I'm not in charge of that. I'm a crisis manager.
What did he say? He said
I'm not a
he in
babysitter.
charge
That's
of.
not what I
Wait
do.
a minute.
This is not a
What did he
crisis to
just
you?
say? Hold on here.
I'm in charge of the savages, clearly grown women.
Did he
These are
say
grown
he's
women.
in
I'm not
charge
in charge
of the
that.
savages?
I'm a crisis manager.
Hold on. We gotta
I'm not a
get. I
babysitter.
gotta
That's
hear
not what I
this.
do.
I
This
gotta
is
hear
not a
this.
crisis to you?
What did he say, y'all?
First of all, I can't make girls feel to anybody. Look, I'm in
He
charge
said that.
of the savages, clearly grown women. These are grown women. I'm not in charge of that. I'm a crisis manager.
He said, I'm in charge of the savages. You say they got the PR person. Hell, Robert didn't even. You say, look across the street behind those trees. Y'all will see Shannon lurking. Y'all stupid. Y'all is stupid, silly. Wait a minute. I don't know how y'all don't hear that. How do y'all not hear that? I wish I had on the thing, the what's the thing to put the words on the screen? Listen to what he said.
First of all, I can't make girls feel to anybody. Look, I'm in charge of the savages, clearly grown women. These are grown women. I'm not in charge of that. I'm a crisis manager.
And then he
I'm not a
clean it
babysitter.
up
That's not what
by
I do.
saying that
This
they
is not
are
a crisis to you?
The crisis I'm dealing with right now is my client, Mr. Kelly. The savages have already dealt with Mr. Kelly and his team before. I'm here now dealing with this. I will speak with them. I can't make no promises or anything to the savages. I mean, that's not my job. I'm not here to do any exchange.
No.
These are
I
grown
have a
women.
question. Hold on. I have a
24, I think.
question because I heard Shaborn mention something about how the savages got inside of Mr. Kelly's home, right? And they filmed the McDonald's figure thing, right? I heard her mention something about that. May not quote it exactly right, but I heard her mention it. And I also remember this man saying that he had keys and everything too, that he can come and go as he please. Yes, closed caption. Thank you, boo. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember him saying that he could go as he pleases? He got keys. He kept saying that he could go back and forth up in there. So who's to say? Because I think Shaborn was inclining that, or she stated that Joy allegedly was letting the savages in. But who's to say that he never let them in there? Because he said that he had the keys and he'd go as he pleased up through there. Who's to say that he didn't have a part in it with letting them up in there? I'm just saying, I remember this man saying that he had the keys and everything. So who's to say that since this is a cousin that he didn't let, because remember the savages in the background saying that they knocked on the door and nobody is there. Hey, Miss AP. Hi, love. Yeah. Hope you're doing well, hon. Yeah. Who's to say? Why did he get left out for not being a possibility of letting them in? Huh? Why? Because he sure said that he had keys. He can come and go as he pleases up in that house. And then to come and find out on here, he said that he was for the savages. Yeah, when the fight broke out. But who's to say, Free Robert, that the scenes of the clips couldn't have been edited? You know what I mean? Who's to say that? What if they were edited and moved around a certain way? Remember, the whole situation out here was to distract, right? I know, right? We go get Miss AP. I don't know where she been. She say living life. You say Shannon don't favor Johnson baby powder. I'm just saying.
21 years old. If they want to go home, wherever home is, to their own home or their parents, they can do that. Anytime, any day, they can do it. It's totally up to them.
And if this was your 21-year-old
If
daughter,
it's my 21-year-old, I have an 18-wheeler driven right up that building. I go get them. I wouldn't be throwing rocks. I'm like, baby, can
Yeah.
you come down? No, that's not gonna happen. I would go get them. I have sympathy for these parents.
So now
I have
he
much sympathy for
teases
parents.
the Clarys about throwing the rocks. I'm just hypothetically speaking, though, you know, Capone. Seems like it can happen. You understand what I mean? They've been doing all this damn distraction out here. Who's to say that they didn't cut scenes, edit scenes, move this scene, put this scene here? But I don't see how he is exempt from not being able to let the alleged cousin, Jonjolyn Johnson Savage and Timothy Savage up into that man's home. I don't think that he should be taken out of the equation at all. I really don't. According to him, because I remember him saying that. But however, did you hear how he's on here making fun of how the Clarys was throwing the rocks at the building, right? But at the same time, I don't even know how you could do this acting like this, Capone, if there's relations with these people. Like this is better than Bookum's acting, okay? Way much better. Girl.
I do, and I'm going to speak with them afterwards. If it was my power, if it was a minor, I would do everything I could. My hands are tied with this. I would be upset too. I would be as upset as that father is. I would be upset. I can barely hear you. Miss who?
Jocelyn Savage.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not your daughter's PR person. I'm not your daughter's PR person. You like speak with who? A month ago. If who hired me? If the Savage hired me, first thing I would do is tell them to continue to pray.
Now, Capone,
And
you mean to tell me that he stood out here with this script to tell his cousins, Jonjolyn Johnson Savage and Timothy Savage, that what they need to do is pray? But he as well had access to Joy. You're telling me that this relationship was much more, he sacrificed this relationship with his cousins to have a storyline like this when he can reach out, or when he had the time and opportunity, because he's right there, right? He's in the mid-center of knowing Jocelyn. And you mean to tell me that he didn't help his cousins out? Now, if this is the Savage's cousin and he didn't help them out, at this time, when all of this was happening, when Daryl Johnson was there, how in the hell do they want anybody else to help them, let alone the police, when you got a alleged cousin that's been around Joy and Azarel and R. Kelly and the attorney? You mean to tell me that he did not help his cousins? You mean to tell me that they chose to be in front of televised production to keep all of this up, and they sacrifice actually Joy because he had contact. He could be around Joy. He said that he was going in and out of that apartment, but they're on screen asking about her well-being. I know you lying. I know you lying, girl. It's too late to have me a glass of wine, but baby, Capone, I don't know. That's what the word on the curb is, Miss AP, that Daryl Johnson allegedly is a cousin to Jongelyn Johnson Savage. So Timothy Savage is the cousin-in-law to Daryl Johnson. And Daryl Johnson stood out here in front of Channel 5, Fox, who else that is? A whole bunch of them out here, right? And sat as if, girl, Miss AP, I know Capone is lying. I know she lied. Let's continue with this one because baby.
Daughter work it out. I'm not God. I would be just angry with that parent, just angry with that mother, and those sisters over there. They're angry. I understand that. They're upset.
And they should be.
Why should we?
Why you doing the press? Why you doing the press conference? We don't know what.
Now, let's stop that right there, Capone, because I'm gonna need you to explain this to me. You mean to tell me that the cousin, Jongelyn Johnson Savage, is yelling in the camera at her cousin, asking him, why you the PR? Why you the PR? We want to talk to him. Why you the PR? Who wrote this shit? Who wrote this script? Who put this together? Who put this together? They need to come forward. Who put this script together? Yeah, I've been following Rated R. I seen him do something like that. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to the Savages and their people. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a conversation. And
hey, Carl, you know what I was thinking? Maybe they ain't seen their cousin like forever. Maybe they was shocked that the cousin was out there. What did you think of it about that way? What if they was more shocked than we are to know that, hey, wait a minute, that's my cousin. What if it was that way though? Playing devil's advocate. I don't know, beauty. Listen, trans, this some psycho shit here. But what if they didn't know? What if it became to their surprise that they just learned that their cousin was the PR for R. Kelly? You say he gonna talk to the savages? You're gonna have a conversation? Yeah, buddy. Let's go.
I don't want to do any media concerning Azrael and Johnson. I'm not going to do that. I'm not here for that. That's not what I'm here for, to answer your questions. I've done that. You guys got any more questions? I'll answer. If not, I'm going to have to leave. We had some communication. We did. It didn't work out. So, I'm going to speak to this father. He's very angry. I understand why he's angry. He shouldn't be.
Now, if y'all remember, he talked about the conversation with him trying to set up some type of mediating, interview, a talk time with them. And he said that it didn't work out. They couldn't meet on certain time, or was it the day or something like that. Now, I wonder how true that is. Because if this is his cousin or their cousin, why was it so hard to meet up on a time in a day to have mediation? That could have been a day that he would have had let them see a joy. Maybe he was setting it up for that, but he said that it didn't work out. Yeah, I know that, Capone. You say they speaking in tongues and on cue. They speaking in tongues and on cue.
I'm not gonna hide up in nowhere, no building, nowhere. I'm a free man. I'll talk to him. So you guys don't have any more questions?
I do. How concerned are you that you could possibly face charges? Enablers are often brought up on
I'm
charges.
not an enabler.
Okay.
First of all, let me explain something to you, so you understand this. I was hired to do a job, none paid. Okay? I work for Mr. Greenberg.
Pause that.
I'm not
Did
an
he
enabler.
say he was hired, hey, Cleo, to do a job, non-pay? Let's run that back. Let's run that back. So he just took on the job pro bono too, huh? He ain't want no money for what he was doing, because allegedly he probably done already hit the back of the couch too. he didn't probably already done dibby dab in some of Kelly sweatpants and shit, found a couple of thousands, or checked under the lamps behind the TV and everything. He don't hit somebody, so he didn't need to get paid. Let's see what he said again. Look what he said.
I'm not gonna hide up in nowhere, no building, nowhere. I'm a free man. I'll talk to him. So you guys don't have any more questions?
I do. How concerned are you that you could possibly face charges? Enablers are often brought up on
I'm not an
charges.
enabler.
Okay.
First of all, let me explain something to you, so you understand this. I was hired to do a job, none paid. Okay?
Hired to do a job.
I work for Mr.
Hold that
Greenberg.
thought. I need some responses on this one. He said he was hired to do a job, non-pay. Now, Greenberg, you got some explaining to do, because that is against the law to have somebody working for you. No wonder there wasn't a complete, thorough investigation on this Daryl Johnson person, right? No application, no background checks. It wasn't nothing. I tell you what, we ain't gonna talk about all your criminal activity and robbing all them damn people. I need you to come in and do this, but I can't pay you right now. You're gonna have to wait until we successfully take all of R. Kelly's money. Is that what the plan was? I needed to emphasize it, right, Capone? He needed him to come in and do a job. Not the good job, Capone. Do the bad job. Oh my God. Oh, Cleo, you recognize this man? He been on the news. He's in jail now. Yeah, for robbing all them people, girl, taking all their money. That's old Daryl Johnson. You say he didn't need to get paid because he was getting millions from the innocent victims. Oh, child. No, they all didn't chip in their 10% to pay him to do the job, Capone. I know, Capone, that they all chip in 10, 20%. Girl, this man was making, listen, I don't know now, Cleo, he might have, put all the money in the pillowcase and left it, to his wife. So when he get out, he'll still have all of that stolen money. I don't know, but there was a lot of people came out on the news at them taking him to court, for his bad behavior, right? And one family, one man or some girl, he had got about 2 million out that man. 2 million, Cleo. And it was, she's like, oh, my dad just saw him like as a good, like a best friend or a good neighbor or some girl, until her daughter was found out that old Daryl Johnson had to milk that cow dry, honey. 2 million. Yeah. But I don't know nobody that go in. But now that I see the exclamation point behind Capone saying, no, you got to read that with a little bit more oomph to it. So emphasize it hard, Pap. Emphasize it hard to do a job. Make it sound like it should sound. See, with me and Capone and everybody else, we'd be like, girl, I gotta go do my job. See, that's like going, to the real job. But if I sit on here and say, I got a job to do. Oh, Lord, I see the difference now, Capone. Let's run that back one more time. Let's run that back.
Enablers are often brought up on
I'm not an enabler.
Okay.
First of all, let me explain something to you so you understand this.
Do a job.
I was hired to do a job, none paid. Okay? I work for Mr. Greenberg. I'm not an enabler. I haven't held anybody hostage. I haven't harbored. I haven't aided, embedded,
You haven't held
lied.
anybody.
I haven't held anybody. I haven't held anyone. This is for the record. I don't do that. That's not what I do. I have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with any of the stuff that you guys are
Got him
saying. I
cut
know
the
nothing about
guys over to his cousin.
it. You got any more questions concerning it?
I'm done for now.
Okay, thank you.
You are fed up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you. Come on, brother, let's talk.
Is it
Excuse me, Excuse me.
Look at him trying to fight his cousin. Look at him walking alongside of him. Look, he ain't mad at him no more. He ain't mad no more.
We don't need y'all calling
Hang
us.
on for a second. I'll get somebody else to do that. Hang on.
They go have a private talk about the second round. Oh man, that was good. That was awesome, man. We did great. Look at the PR going around there. That was good. We did good, man. We ain't mess up, man. But I don't know if you should have said that we got a job to do. I got a job to do. You probably shouldn't have said that part. Look at that. I can't even find Bookum in this damn video as a damn security. I don't know what the hell he was at. Every time R. Kelly needed security, you can't find his ass. Then when he don't need a security, he's showing up all at the trunk. Look at him. Look at him for the fight. We look at Daryl Johnson. He wasn't gonna talk in private. They don't want to talk on camera no more. Look. How did I do? Wait,
He had back pay of $161,037. And we were coming expecting that he was going to come and make an arrangement, but they wanted the entire amount.
So what happened?
Where is he right now?
What happened after that?
Well, the reason he can't pay, as you know, he hadn't worked in a long time. He can't book shows. He can't do anything. There's been a lot of things going on in Mr. Kelly's life, lawsuits, all the things that are happening.
He said all the things that are happening.
He just didn't have the money.
He forgot to add that part, what was happening out that he did on that in front of them cameras. The other part, Daryl, don't forget that part. Allegedly, I was, he's fighting me out there as his PR and cousins to the cousin-in-law, Timothy Savage, and all the other people. How he he left out his part. I ain't lying though. Every time R. Kelly needs security, a damn bookum only been around on one security job, because he had a job to do. Capone taught me how to say that. The job to do. But when R. Kelly don't need security, there go bookum. Oh, shit. Let's see what Daryl's saying on this one. You say he looked like he wears slippery. You went to jail. You did you ain't even called me to come bond you out. It would be, oh my God. I'll be checking your page. You don't be doing no videos. You said, man said he had nothing to hide, but Scuffler is going. You got that right. You got that right, AP. No. He's stealing out the frame, Cleo. Shit, he ain't stealing nothing now. He in there pissing in that damn metal toilet seat.
So he didn't have $161,000. So we tried to work some things out. It didn't work out, and hopefully we'll get him out by Wednesday next week.
Can you talk about his state of mind right now? How he's feeling about this right now?
Well, he came here expecting to leave.
Y'all got
That's what he came to expect to leave. He didn't come here to go to jail.
Wednesday of next
Wait,
week.
finish that.
He came here in good spirit, expecting to walk out. He came here to make some arrangements. What he had, I think it was $50,000 or $60,000 that he was willing to pay. And in the end, nobody wins. The kids still don't have any money. So at the end of the day, he's locked up. Andrea and her kids, they still don't have anything.
Speak about his mood as soon as he found out he was going back to jail.
Depressed, deflated, upset, and this is he's upset about it.
Yeah, I swear.
Did you know that NPR
He says that you did what? Let me get this off the screen. Wow, that was crazy. You right, it's deep, Capone. This stuff is deep, deep, girl. Wow. Oh, where were we? Looking for the Team Summit video, right? Hold on, I gotta find it. Oh, it's unavailable. They took it down. Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's crisscross. Yep, they took it down, y'all. Look, Kim Mason, Puff Daddy was on there on Team Summit, Queen Bee. What? No, they took it down. Let me show y'all. Viacom, CV. Oh. Oh, damn, y'all. This talks about even above is escape as teenagers, ages 13, 16, and 17 before they were signed. Very impressive. And oh, hold on and vote. Lord. Who was 13 in the escape, y'all, when they started out? Who was 13? Huh? The escape group was 13, 16, and 17. 13, 16, and 17. Wow. Well, I guess that's appropriate because this was on a team summit, but I tell y'all this, Method Man Bring the Pain on Team Summit back in the 90s with Lil Kim and Mace. Oh, child, why can't I find the video? Y'all know what video I'm talking about though, right? Y'all know. Yes. I don't even see it anymore. Oh, well, I guess it's that time to go. Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. That's y'all remember the hip hop version. Y'all remember the Mickey Mouse version? It was 5 escapes. They let one go. Listen, Beauty, you need to start your channel for real because you be knowing all this reality stuff, girl. I don't know all this reality. I really wanted to find that video though. Oh, hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Okay, that's the Minnesota information. Oh boy. Y'all remember the Mickey Mouse version? That they brought out the hip hop? It used to be all sad and slow. MIC, see you real soon. KUY. Y'all remember that? All of a sudden somebody done redid it. And then it was like MIC, KEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse. I was like, they know they crazy. Because I used to go to sleep on the other one. It would drag out so long. Oh, Tamara. She be live in the dark late at night. All she do, I be trying to, I'll click on, I'm like, I don't know why Beauty don't run no show. Beauty would be a good host. I really don't. She got to get out that shy stuff. It took me a minute. Got to break the chains, girl. Break every chains. But before we go, how many of y'all been touching on the Jaguar and Laguina situation? Y'all are aware that they have now separated unless it's a show. I think for one moment that the community was pushing Laguina to go over and give a story to Tasha K. But of course, Laguina is going to want probably some money for that. And I don't know if Tasha K pays for those stories. However, she's not that heavy on this whole alleged being a mysterious child of 2 celebrities that we know about, right? But her and that goddamn Jaguar is at war. They at war, Capone. I'm like, what? Jaguar, I guess living in a car. And you know what's crazy? I went to check out Jaguar albums, you know. I put in my community, how could someone be deterred from a beautiful voice, you know, like can sing, to becoming from the artist to a hot mess on YouTube, because it led to her wanting to expose now every single person in the industry, maybe that she felt that did her wrong. She did not get on. Now, I can say this, if she had ever come to Kelly for help to, you know, produce or write something or whatever, I think that he'd have had her as well, sitting for a while to continue to go through vocal training. I don't think after I listened to every single song, right, on that album. Some of them are copied, you know, recycled from someone else's music, but I don't think that she would have been ready with the standards that R. Kelly seemed to have before he put an artist out here. I do not think with the album that I listened to that she would have been ready for R. Kelly at all. She, you know, he'd have probably got her trained a little bit more. You know, the album that I listened to is pretty much same beat, same sound. You know, she can go up and she can come down, but she still got that Jill Scott. She's got that soul, you know, that music. She couldn't change it up a little bit at all. So I don't know. It's weird, but they've been going at it, you know. That Tokyo, what's that woman name on that show? I think now she's got a whole wig or something on. It's just a hot mess, you guys. It's a really, really hot mess, but I be sometimes at work and have to peep in on the Jaguar and them show, and I be laughing at that too. You know, you use me, the lights was on in my name. What's that man name? Goomba, the damn Jaguar went to put up all his medications and shit on live and shit on the Kingpin. I'm like, man, this is some terrible, terrible shit. But they had war Miss AP, and I'd be right there, girl, with them, doing that with the popcorn. I'd be like, And if this is how Jaguar Wright would take her self from being an artist to be out here doing stuff like that. It's fun, Miss AP. When I be cracking up, girl, at work, I be laughing so hard at this shit. I be like, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. You know, and I hate to rebuttal like this is our culture. This is our culture. Because the more you manifest it, the more you see it. You know, I'll be like, no, this cannot be our culture. No, this just cannot be. You say they both not on their meds, but you're right. It's getting out of Jazz control, though, Paps. She now has become Regina and Angela's enemy. Yeah, well, that's who she's living with now, right? Regina's living with that girl now. So I really feel if pushed far enough, Jag will hurt somebody. You do feel? I don't. I feel like that Jag, I just think that she's just a lot of talk. I really do. She knows what's behind that bar, those bars. She knows. Didn't she lose a son? She knows what that level of pain is. She does. Jag is looking for that reverse role. Jag is looking for someone to do something to her so that she can have a valid lawsuit or come across her some millions. She ain't about to harm nobody that is not at that level where you know you got to pay her. You know, ain't like she got to pay them. She ain't trying to pay nobody. So I don't know if I agree with that one. Nope. She waiting on somebody to hurt her, whether if it's the police, a friend, or family. You're gonna have to hurt her. And well, what's the other girl name that Regina is living with now that Jag isn't too happy about? Because she going after both. She doing a 2-for-1. She talking about that other girl too. Angela. You better not talk about my mama. She told Bookum, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. You don't want to do that. Oh, wow. I was like, well, okay. Mm-mm. And you know what she told Capone? She told Jaguar, she was like, this ain't what you, yeah, Genesis, yeah. She told Jaguar, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want to do. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, she about to nuck and buck on her some Jaguar babies. Like, this ain't what you want. I am not to be controlled. I am not your child. Miss AP, I be missing a few here and there too, but when I do click on it, I already know. Get your popcorn because this is about to be funny. Anybody that's here's the thing. Where Capone go? Capone, let me tell you something. Anybody that sits in front of an audience and tell you how things are going to go, like what she do with Goomba, because Goomba's laying up with some other woman now or whatever, she don't like the woman and everything. She's not gonna go hurt that woman. She ain't gonna do nothing to Goomba, nothing. People who tells you what they are going to do is already written and documented as a premeditated act. That carries more time than just walking up and shooting somebody. Premeditate some shit. And all she do on these lives is premeditate. She already got it planned out. Already. No. She waiting on you to do something to her. She ain't gonna do nothing. Not at all. And she has another child, right? And she got another child, right? She finna just give her life up. There's another child there. She knows that. That's all in her head. You say, do y'all really be going to get y'all popcorn snacks when y'all? Yes, I do. Yes, baby. Yes, I do. I didn't even restock up on my Twisters, but if I'm at work watching something like that, and let's just say, let me go on and sit down and take a break, I'll grab me my granola bar. I'm ready for this, honey. Let me see what's going on. And then if it's lunch, I'm getting ready to get my lunch and book them or something. I'm like, well, I might as well eat lunch, sit here and crack the hill up on this. But then on the weekends, if something is on or whatever, baby, I'm getting me some popcorn for this. It's like watching a serious movie. I keep popcorn on deck. Popcorn, they say, is not too good for you. You shouldn't be eating it that much, so I don't eat it that much. But I do when this shit come on. Can you imagine? You got to try it. It's intensifying, like at the movies. You want to know who's gonna say what next. Be like, oh shit, damn, oh damn. You sometimes get your drink. Oh my God, shit, fight. I mean, like, had I known, like I said, I missed that bookum live. And had I known that he was finna do an episode about cousin Levi PPP loan, girl. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did y'all hear that? Oh my God. I'm digging in the bag, girl. Oh, tell me, Simone, how much was it? Oh my God. You know Levi finna pop back on your ass, boy. Oh, child, he about to pop back on you. Girls, you crazy? It'd be more exciting, Beauty, when you eating your stuff with it. Girl, I don't know how this is gonna come out, but we're gonna have to end this show on this and wait for part 2. Well, part 3, because I done dropped the part 2 of the same darn day, right? On the PPP loan, discovered, speculated by bookum. Yeah. Oh, you had your song? That's what's up, Miss AP. I knew, ain't it the shit? It is so good. I put me a few pieces of ice on there just to give it that little chill. Girl, I mean, woo, yes. Yes. You get a PPP loan. We want to know how you got it, how much, who helped you, and all that stuff. out here on the YouTube, them PPPs gonna need to be documented, honey, because they going around like hot fly, like hot cakes off the griddle. But you got to keep in mind, that's Bookum. He just mad at Levi right now because of their divorce. They semi-divorce, you know. And that explains why he was speaking to cousin Levi over on Tuna of the Sea channel. Now it all came out. But I tried to warn Levi, but cousin Levi's out there looking for Pat Smear. I tried to tell him. But now Pat Smear the finally brought it all out. I told you that boy was coming for your neck, but I didn't know that it was gonna have to do something with no darn PPP. I'm gonna get my psychic powers back on, cousin Lee back up. I could have had you prepared for this one. Pap Smear slipped on this one. Pap Smear slipped. I wish I could have warned you earlier, but I mean, you can start throwing that terroristical act now up on Booker, because Booker finna walk all that paperwork that you done shared with him right down to the precinct. And then when Bookham leave the precinct, right? Can y'all imagine them? Look, I need y'all to put your imagination out here. Put your imagination out here. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all imagination is right out here, because I need y'all with me on this one. Show me. Put your imagination, stretch it. I need y'all to stretch it. Come on. I need y'all to stretch your imagination with me, please. Let me know when you got it stretched out. Pull it, pull from here, and just pull it, because I need y'all to envision this. And then we gonna go. I'm waiting on y'all to say, y'all imaginations is out there with mad. Because we gonna leave. We gonna leave. Okay. Capone is with me. Imagine this, right? Bookham headed to the precinct with the paperwork against Levi, right? Now that Levi knows that Bookham done brought out his PPP loan, right? And he got it through BIA, Drunken Larry and them and all that stuff, right? Put the walls up. They falling asleep on me. We're gonna go. Right? Bookham coming out of the precinct. And he ends up walking past. Now here come Levi going, and they cross the path on the sidewalk. Like, nigga, where you going? Nigga, I just found on you. Nigga, where you go? I just found on you too. Can y'all imagine that shit? Like they both went to the same goddamn precinct to file some shit. I gotta go. Oh Lord, I gotta go. Oh, this shit gets to me. Oh, shit. That nigga said, hey, where you going, nigga? File them papers on your hand. What papers you got, nigga? The same papers you got. You can't make this shit. We ain't even got to do this, nigga, because you know both of us going to jail if we doing this. Nah, nigga, you play too much on YouTube. You shouldn't even be doing that foul shit. Nigga, you over there, you rocking with Tim Savage. Talking about he a modest nigga. You know you filed that PPP fraud shit, nigga. You know I'm about to send your ass to jail. But that's cool, nigga, because I'm about to go and tell these people that now you is part of the terrorist thing. I couldn't stand your ass any motherfucking way, nigga. When I first even known, I don't even know why you was on your channel, even talking about I'm cousin Levi. Anyway, nigga, I ain't need you to validate shit, nigga. Listen here, homeboy. I'm from the D. I ain't gotta take that shit from you. But nigga, I'm from the B. Nigga, I was born and raised in Baltimore. You talk your shit all you want to, nigga. Them Detroit niggas, then we don't play this shit. Well, we could get down right here, right now, in front of the precinct, nigga. We both gonna go. Oh, my Lord. Chuck and Larry gonna pull up in the car, laughing and shit on the side. Oh, bye, y'all. We gotta wait for part 3 on this shit. We gotta wait for part 3. Oh my God, y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night, boy. This shit don't get no better. I swear. Not even if you eating a goddamn bar chowder. This shit is crazy. This shit crazy, y'all. Oh Lord. Y'all stay safe. Stay prayed up. Hey, thanks for sitting over here chilling on the One Papoose Show. And I will see y'all as soon as the terminates start biting. Bye, chicka. Bye, chickaboo. Bye-bye. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button down there, y'all. Show my channel some love. Until then, I am out of here. See you later, Louisa. You know what, Shannon? We do. We're gonna have to give them some pause. You said Larry playing Dr. Dre. I've been there. Hey, Shannon. I'm gonna have to find that scene. What's the movie? God, what's the movie? Easy, was it Easy there, right? And the boys came pulling up, blasting while they was that little taco stand on the outside or whatever, right? They started blasting. I'm gonna have to find that scene. I gotta find that scene. Lord have mercy, have mercy. Hey, Shannon, you better get your butt over there. He gonna need some more money for an oil change after he fixed that tire. You better get over there. He gonna need that oil change next now. The tire done blew out, so you know the motor about to go, right? To help him get that oil changed over there and drop that transmission fluid. That boy got more car problems than the man in the moon. Night, dear. Night, girl. See you later. Thanks for coming. You say Shannon go hit up your cuz with the side parts. Hit Pap Lick when she comes back. Girl. And they like them big